3 more years have passed since we last saw the Dragon Team, ending my favorite era of Goku, which was short but sweet. Third time's a charm. Can Goku finally prove that he's the best martial artist on Earth? Well, a lot happened in that 3-year time skip that Toei could have and would have easily milked as much filler if it were the 2000s. But hey, that's the second time they lost out on loads of filler content. They'd make up for it in Z anyway. A lot of developments happened off screen but were told to us when the characters are catching up with each other. Everyone made a grand entrance, but none were as memorable as this one. That's right. He's no longer a kid. He's grown now. If you're an American viewer seeing this for the first time, it's a full circle moment, because you know he's going to become an adult at some point. But seeing this pre-Z was something my kid self was not expecting. Bulma especially takes a liking to this development with Goku and forgets Yamcha, but much like what she did, let's forget that for a second, because this is my favorite Bulma. Oh yes, Kid Me was digging it. The others eventually arrive as well, explaining that they have senzu beans of their own and made it up to Karn's tower before splitting up for the duration of their training. That's stuff I would have liked to have seen with filler, but what can you do? They've developed new techniques of their own as well. Ma Jr., or we're just gonna call him Piccolo Jr., not saying much, but being menacing. One of the details I dug about this is that Tien also noticed and kept it a secret so there wouldn't be a panic. If Piccolo Jr. was there to start trouble, he would have already. Piccolo Jr.'s motive is simple: kill Son Goku. The thing is, and this is a detail that nobody points out, is that he comes off as evil, yet he never hurts anybody else except Goku. He never crossed that line into villain, per se, only attempting, but never succeeding with it. And that's all due to strict orders given to him by his previous incarnation. It's because of this that it made Piccolo's redemption in the next arc more believable, as he never took any lives. I would have to say that this is about as even as the characters got throughout the series, needing strategy to best each other if they were going to advance rather than outright strength. Because Tien had a chance to make it to the final round if not for Goku coming up with a solution. This really did feel like a finale in a sense that characters from different arcs came back into play in this one, having their own different motives for participating, and as always, outcomes that were never stale, and even some surprises attached to gags. Much like Piccolo Daimao, the pacing is really good in this arc, and has next to no filler. This was one of the few times thus far into the series that I felt like I didn't have to skip through filler to get back to the canon material. The fights, even the ones with contestants you know aren't going to make it very far, are well done. There's a little bit of everything in this arc, and it's one that, despite Toriyama not fully planning, felt like he did with everything he thought of, with making once again another tournament that Goku doesn't win so easily, even having a bit of a challenge prior to the final round. Alright, spoilers once again. You guys know what to do. Tien's development pretty much ends here, and it's not even Z yet, but him fully renouncing and then easily defeating someone he used to look up to just shows how big of a power gap he has in comparison to his former masters who taught him everything he knows. His development may have stopped after this, but at least it was a nice trilogy of development despite these three being some of the shortest arcs in Dragon Ball. Goku is pretty much the same as he's always been, except he's more merciful as shown in the last episode of the arc, and putting the world at stake because he wants to win the tournament by the book. He's not the goody two-shoes that people think he is, just cause he won't kill as a second nature tactic anymore. This tournament is one of those that shows Goku in a more gray light, but not by much since he doesn't want someone to die. The character to get development is Kami-sama. Yes, God. Near the end of the previous arc, doubted himself to even be in the position of God because of Piccolo Daimao being set loose on the world twice, and would willingly put himself on the line if it means to end the threat. He finds himself unworthy but gets words of encouragement and is convinced at the end that him in the position and the creation of the Dragon Balls are why the Earth is saved in the end. Which is very true. If Bulma, who is the most important character in the franchise, didn't find Goku, the other important character, then none of these events occur. I will say the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai tournament is a masterpiece. The wedding filler arc that occurs right after was good fun too if you're curious to check it out, as it has 3 characters that aren't in Z at all, taking one final bow before whatever avenue you want to go down after Z happens. I'm Leno Mars of the MMCA Productions crew, and I want to say thank you to watching up until the end of this retrospective. And rest in peace to Akira Toriyama Sensei. he will be missed.